James opens the slide to let the group out. Awan is first to the apparatus and on the lookout for food. At 10 years old, she's maturing and fast becoming a young adult, but she still has a playful side. With 3 other females in the group, she's had plenty of role models to look up to. Ame, Lucky, and Roro appear to have put past differences aside and are getting along a lot better. The group is led by Tuan, thought to be around 38 years old. He's been at Monkey World for more than 20 years, having arrived from the Pingtung Rescue Center in Taiwan. He can be a bit lazy, which is why James and the team try to entice the whole group to climb for their food. But young Hujan is sabotaging their efforts. Not sure what to make of the large green leaves, he's throwing them to the ground. Where they're eventually received by Tuan, who then makes short work of the prickly stems.
So orangutans are obviously built to deal with quite hard, spiky plants. There's lots of spiky plants in the rainforest. Their skin is much, much tougher than human skin. So Tuan's doing real natural behaviours here with the gunner. He's ripping off all of the outside with his teeth, getting to that core and then munching it up, just like they would do in the wild. So it's really, really good for him watching him do natural behaviours here at the moment, yeah.
Tuan's enthusiasm confirms for the others that the giant leaves are good to eat. However, Ame has different ideas, opting to make a nest with the leaves in her favourite location. Awan still isn't sure. She looks to Tuan for guidance and perhaps a few scraps. But orangutans aren't keen on sharing.
They're quite selfish animals when it comes to food, really. The only time you see orangutans socialising in the wild is when there's a big glutton of fruit. It happens more so in Sumatra than over in Borneo. So Awan being a little bit younger, she probably hasn't got quite as tough skin as the adults in the group. So what she's doing is waiting for the adults to strip it off, and then she's going in there to try and grab a bit for herself. So quite clever and sneaky of her, really, getting out of the hard work. So we'll keep on watching her throughout the day. She might get to strip it at some point, but I think her technique's a little bit more cleverer in that way that she's doing it at the moment.
It may work with the females, but Awan has a way to go before she can fool Tuan into sharing his food. Watching the group tuck into nourishment from an unusual source has been an interesting exercise for the team. And there's enough left over to provide a shelter for a little nap. With more than 260 primates to look after all year round, feeding time needs careful planning. The 25 species all have different dietary requirements, and they all need to be kept busy and active. The gibbon team are up to the challenging task, regularly coming up with interesting ways to enrich the lives of their primate charges. Today, primate care staff member Sean has devised a rather different hanging feeder for golden-cheeked gibbon Tio.
He's a very intelligent boy, so we're trying to get some enrichment that will actually make him work a little bit harder for. So there's some paper mache, and we're filling it with some little parcels. Within the parcels there's dates, some nuts and some popcorn. We've tied them up in a knot just to make it more difficult, and hopefully it'll just take him a little bit longer to get his enrichment for the day.
He's currently living on his own while the team try to find him a suitable partner. Today's hanging feeders are aimed at keeping him happy, busy and stimulated. Tio comes flying out, but the bright orange feeders hanging all over his enclosure leave him perplexed. They've been designed to spike his curiosity and give his brain and body a good workout. It certainly got him thinking, where on earth is breakfast? But he's a clever gibbon, and it's not long before he's ripping open one of the papier-mâché feeders. His long arms and slender fingers reach in easily and pull out the hidden parcels. Problem 2. The nuts and dates are wrapped in material. But Tio takes little time to open them and tuck into his morning meal. He's on a roll, methodically working through the feeders, demonstrating perfect balance on the hosing, and all the while remaining above ground.
Gibbons are really well adapted to life in the treetops. They would rarely ever come down to the ground in their natural environment. So they're used to having to work with their whole body up in those trees. And what you'll tend to see is that gibbons will hang by one hand, they'll use their other hand and their feet to obtain different treats. They'll then gather them up and then maybe sit down on the branch to actually eat them, or just carry on hanging from one hand and use that other hand to feed with. So again, it's just a way of getting him using as much of his body and interacting with things and doing something up high as well.
In the wild, gibbons mainly eat fruit and leaves, but supplement their diet with insects, eggs, and even small animals. A tough outer skin proves no problem. Their razor-sharp canines easily crack open tough shells, like today's offering of nuts. There's enough papier-mâché feeders to keep Tio interested all day long. And, as he's on his own, he can come and go as he pleases. Every so often, the park receives unusual donations from the public, and the primate care team do their best to put them to good use. Today, Donna's using her initiative to find something fun to do with a donated child's play pit. Her solution? Filling it with hundreds of pine cones to entertain one of the Capuchin groups.
We're going to mix some food in with that. I'm going to give it to Gizmo's group. It's pretty simple, very natural, encourages foraging behaviour, so hopefully they're going to really like it. So these are just pine cones that have naturally fallen, so they're going to have all sorts of bugs and creepy crawlies and stuff in them as well. They've actually been lying around for quite a while now, so they'll not only get the food, but they'll get whatever else they can find as well.
Donna is adding some bananas into the mix, including the skins, which the Capuchins also like to eat.
The Capuchins are really notorious for just chewing their food and then spitting out all the skin and bits like that, so they don't actually get a lot of fibre in their diet. So when they do eat the banana skin, it's really good for them.
The play pit is ready, and the Capuchins are let into the enclosure. There are only 6 in this group, and they're led by Gizmo, the only male. He's attracted by the play pit straight away and starts to forage enthusiastically. The rest of the troop are females. 4 of them, Sophia, Ginger, Maddie and Maggie, were rescued along with 84 others from a Chilean laboratory in 2008. The girls have all hung back while Gizmo tucks in. But now it's their turn, and they're all keen to forage. Maddie is the dominant female. She searches for any banana left by Gizmo before an insect catches her eye. Got it! Capuchins are problem solvers, able to manipulate objects with their hands very much like humans. The pine cones are a perfect challenge, and they're all busy foraging, with Gizmo getting more than his fair share.
I think once he realised that there was banana in there, he's now having a whale of a time. The girls are probably going to be a little bit reluctant to go over whilst Gizmo's there because he can be a little bit unpredictable sometimes. But hopefully he'll get bored and then give everyone else a little go in a minute.
The play pit has been a success, replicating natural foraging behaviours. It's given the 6 Capuchins something to think about and kept them stimulated and interested. And in the coming days, they can rummage to their heart's content. The climate in Dorset, where the park is located, can be unpredictable, particularly in the colder, wetter months. It's a tough job persuading the primates to keep busy and active outdoors, especially when their houses are regulated to a cosy 20 degrees. Today, Hananya's troop are making the most of the plentiful, comfy bedding. If there's a spare blanket to hand, Patricia will normally find it. High-ranking Simon is happy hanging around, watching Shamak and Arthur getting rid of some pent-up energy and having fun. But most of the time indoors is spent grooming and strengthening bonds. The 18 chimps who make up the group have outside access at all times during the day. When there's a break in the weather, some are tempted outdoors. Leader Hananya isn't bothered by the rain. Being outside sometimes offers a bit of peace and quiet. As the alpha male, he likes to undertake regular patrols around the enclosure to make sure the territory is safe for his troop. And if there's a scuffle, it's his job to step in and sort it out. Chimps are intelligent and need plenty to keep them occupied and stimulated. Occasional fights are inevitable, and today Zeynep and Evelyn are having a squabble, with everyone else beginning to get involved. Chimp quarrels are often over quickly. Then their bonds need to be reaffirmed. Sometimes being distracted by food helps. The cauliflowers on offer seem to do the trick. Although Simon is pushing his luck stealing a handful from Evelyn. And although it's warmed up outside, Patricia's taking no chances. Her blanket comes with her. It looks like the perfect day for Kangu's big adventure. But things are rarely straightforward with chimps. The plan is for Kangu to go outside accompanied by just 2 housemates to begin with. Lulu is already in the enclosure keeping to her routine, which makes her happy.
You monster!
Leader Brian will be the other friendly face. In recent months, Kangu has formed a close bond with the big leader, and Sean is hoping he'll show Kangu the ropes. Brian races out on the hunt for the food scattered around the enclosure. But there's no sign of Kangu. He's nervous and not sure what's waiting for him on the outside. Even when Brian goes back in to encourage him, it makes no difference. Kangu isn't budging.
Yeah, we'll get there. You just might be waiting for a little bit.
Eventually, the team call it a day and let the rest of the group out. They'll try again tomorrow. Day 2, and the team have come up with a different tactic. They've kept Kangu in the playroom where he has direct access to the outside tunnel, and from where he can see Brian and Lulu being let out. He's an interested spectator, watching as his 2 housemates enjoy themselves in the sun. But he's still wary, perhaps because of the staff, and the curious neighbours wondering what all the fuss is about.
Kangu man!
Once again, Brian tries to encourage Kangu out.
Get him playing. Don't get him out. You know how playful he is.
Once again, he stays put.
At least showing interest today, whereas yesterday he was just very scared little boy.
The team call it a day, leaving Kangu enjoying the sunshine from the other side of the glass. Day 3. 3rd time lucky, perhaps? Same place, same routine. With Lulu and Brian out first, and the primate care staff still hoping Kangu will pluck up the courage and follow them outside. This time, the team step away from the fence, giving Kangu plenty of space. Result. The chimp takes his first steps into the enclosure. He's still a bit wary and cautiously takes it all in before heading off to explore.
Third time was the charm, although it had to wait till literally all of us have walked away, and then he just ran outside, so yeah, which was quite nice. You can see he's a bit wobbly. He's not the best climber in the world, and he didn't go right to the very top. He's kind of gone up about halfway and then come back down nice and calmly. So yeah, he's exploring a bit, although he's yet to go right down to the far end of the enclosure, but he'll get there. It's all a lot for him.
Kangu is becoming more and more confident, popping back into the house and coming out again. The team's perseverance has paid off. Hopefully, it's the start of a long and happy life at Monkey World for Kangu. Marie is well used to handling Kimbo, so she offers to put him in the travel box for the journey back to Dorset.
No, eyes out. Yeah, I do. Sorry about that.
Unfortunately, quick-moving Kimbo isn't ready to leave just yet.
Look at this.
The Great Escape gives Alison a chance to assess his mobility. Marie tries again.
Okay, so put your hand in way down low.
Success. But the reality of the situation hits home for Marie. Over at the Pond Woolly enclosure, it's a special day for one of the park's longest monkey residents.
So today is Lavar's 33rd birthday. So he's our oldest woolly monkey, and potentially right now the oldest woolly monkey in the world, so we think it's something we should celebrate.
Lavar has been leader and alpha male of his group since he arrived at Monkey World 22 years ago. He's still super fit and healthy and looks after his large group of 9 woolies. There are 3 adult females, Zingu, Pichua, and the youngest of the trio, Olivia. Then there are the boys, Bueno Jr., now a strapping young male, and 6-year-old Cosmo, who's Lavar's grandson. The group is completed by 3 youngsters, Bonita, Levi, and Leroy, who all help keep Lavar young and sprightly.
He's not afraid to show his fun side. He's a real softie with the kids. When you catch him engaging with the kids and the females, and they really go for it. They rag him around, and you could just see the sheer joy in his face. He loves playing, and he's not afraid to just kind of let go and have fun with his family. So he's just the perfect dominant male.
To celebrate his big day, the primate care staff have come up with an entertaining treat. An assortment of boxes and hammocks filled with straw, concealing a birthday smorgasbord of strawberries, raspberries, nuts and seeds. Lavar charges out in true dominant male style, knocking over one of the boxes as he goes. Once he's sure everything's safe for his troop, he heads over to the pile of birthday boxes, stacked up on one of the platforms. This one looks interesting. A quick rummage through the straw and the prize is revealed. Tasty sweet raspberries. The birthday boxes are creating a lot of excitement, resulting in happy trills. 1-year-old Bonita can't wait to find out what's in the hammocks and boxes. Bueno Jr.'s pretty keen too. A full-on approach comes up trumps. A quick check to confirm this box is now empty before moving on to the next. Zingu finds a peanut and nimbly removes it from the shell. Daughter Olivia enjoys a large strawberry. Her long fingers and precision grip help her hold on to the fruit. The boxes are great for hiding breakfast and having fun. The swinging hammocks challenge the woolly monkeys' balance and work their muscles, even if you can't tell who's in there. The two young males, Bueno Jr. and Cosmo, are close to reaching full maturity and are now bigger than Lavar. But even at 33 years of age, this birthday boy is still in charge.
I mean, generally he's in really great shape, and every time winter comes around, we always kind of have that little worry, oh, Lavar, maybe, you know, the winter can be a tough time for some of the animals here at the park, and maybe some of them lose a little bit of condition, but right now we're sort of just approaching the middle of summer, and he's bulked out, he's looking great, he's doing some fantastic displays, and he's still keeping the two young lads in this group in check, so he's still very much the dominant male of this group, which is quite an achievement for him, but yeah, he's really doing very well.
When there's no more food left to find, the youngsters enjoy some more playtime. Before cuddling up to Mum for a little nap. Once the potion has cooled and been decanted into bottles, Wendy distributes them to an excited troop. Chimps live in large groups, and once one of them catches a cold, it can spread like wildfire. Hopefully, this tasty medicinal treat will do the trick. Simon is one of the first to grab a bottle and unscrews the top with his teeth, before Thelma strolls in and pinches it from under his nose. He's a bit of a soft touch when it comes to the youngster. The bottles are thrown in from two different towers, so all the chimps can snaffle at least one. But dominant female Johnny, as usual, has grabbed more than her fair share. One in each hand, and one clutched in her right foot. Honey finds a quiet spot away from the others, so she can hold on to her bottle and enjoy the soothing drink. Thelma and Simon climb up to Johnny in the hope she may give up one of her cash. They've got no chance.
Johnny doesn't do sharing. I have never seen Johnny share. Not once. Plenty of the others, yes, absolutely. I've seen Hananya share with low rankers very sweetly. Johnny, nah. She will sit there and drink that as slowly as she possibly can. And she is going to make them suffer while she does it.
The drink has been a success and hopefully will help the group fight off infection. And when the bottle's empty, time for a tidy up before relaxing in the shade.